I'm a 26-year-old full-time real estate content creator, and in the shortest possible time, I'm going to improve your real estate video editing skills by 200%. I'm going to cover 6 editing hacks that 2x my editing speed and improve the production quality in my own multi-6-figure content business. By the end of this video, everything I share with you are things that can be applied into your workflow today, or even just straight up copy and paste it. Okay, so hack number 1 is adding dynamics and parametric equalizer to your agents or realtors speaking audio. Here is a clip without any of the effects applied.
You are on the doorstep of the mountain bike park. There are cafes literally 15 metres down the road. You are on the doorstep of the mountain bike park. There are cafes literally 15 metres down the road.
The difference between adding these effects and not, you should be experiencing that the clips with dynamics and parametric equalizer feels sharper, clearer, has more depth to it, and is just a more balanced audio. So here's how to apply these effects into your timeline. So in Premiere Pro, you want to go to your effects panel, type in parametric equalizer, drag it onto your timeline or just double click, go into custom setup, edit, in the presets, go to vocal enhancer. And before we listen to it, we want to go back into the effects panel to type in dynamics, drag that onto the timeline, go edit. In the limiter, this is just making sure that the audio doesn't peak over a certain level. So we want to go -6 decibels. And we want to also make sure that when the realtor is speaking a little bit too quietly, we want it to kind of lift the lows up a little bit more. So we take compressor and the makeup. We want to go, around 6, but we want to be sitting around -12 decibels, peaking at -6, not dropping below -18. So if we play this back.
The mountain bike park, there are cafes literally 15 metres down the road.
It's perfect. It's literally sitting around -12, peaking at -6, not going below -18. It's just a very easy hack to do to add a whole lot more production quality to your videos with just such a little amount of work. Okay, so hack number 2 is the low pass filter effect. Now this is commonly known as the underwater effect, and this is what it sounds like. The greatest thing about a low pass filter is it really puts you in so much extra control of the song to make it feel like the song just truly belongs in the video that you're making. So here's how to apply it. Same thing, we want to go into the effects panel in Premiere Pro, type in low pass, drag it onto the sound. Now you want to figure out where you want the song to dip down. So for this one,
flames get higher.
I think I'm going to have it start through here. So if I go to the cutoff, highlight a keyframe, or start a keyframe, I'm going to have it start at 20,000, which is just no filter at all. Shift, right click 2 times to go to 10 frames, put another keyframe in, and then put in 600 and see what that sounds like if I just zoom that in so it's just easy for you guys to see.
Flames get higher.
Nice, cool. And then to leave it, we do the same thing, but the opposite. So we just keyframe and do nothing with that. Shift, right click 2 times to go 10 frames further forward, and then 20,000. It just sounds really cool, but to make this even better, you can adjust the volume of the song. And so you just go in here, hit the keyframe, right click, shift, hit another keyframe, drop it down as much as you need to make sure that if a realtor is speaking, that you want the volume of the soundtrack to just be background noise and not distracting the viewer between what they should be listening to. When we want to have the song become the main point of the video again, we just keyframe at the end in line with the low pass filter, shift, right click, add another keyframe, lift back up to the volume that you want, and then you've got yourself a perfect little wee edit.
Blind eyes to the mad disorder.
Hack number 3, don't use shit songs. It kills your video. Here is an example of what I would consider a bad song. And this is what I would consider a good song.
Come stand with me down under the stars at night.
So what counts as a bad song is something that just feels like it lacks substance and feels really hollow. You feel no emotion when you're listening to it. It sounds very corporate-y, and it just doesn't have any energy at all. So what counts as a good song? Well, it's just literally the complete opposite. It's something that feels substantial. You feel an emotion when you're listening to it. It doesn't sound corporate, and it has some kind of energy. So how can you nail your song choice every single time? Let me show you what I do. I'm going to run through the steps visually, and then I'm going to go through an actual walkthrough and just to prove that this process actually works every single time. I find song inspiration from social media. So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Just find a song that you vibe with that you think might go well with the house. Use Shazam to figure out what the song actually is. Then head to MusicBed. I use MusicBed, but you can use Artlist or any of the major kind of royalty-free music licensing platforms that are all going to have this feature that I'm about to go through, which is AI matching. I mean, I think MusicBed, they call it search by song. Artlist will be called something different, but what it is, it allows you to plug in any song and it will find you similar songs within its library that you can use. So you head to your platform, you plug in the song, it's going to generate you a whole bunch of songs that are similar to the song that you like and want to use. And all of the songs are actually going to be songs that you will probably have no issue using, but then to double check, you can just use the exact same checklist for before, making sure it has some energy, it feels substantial, it's not corporate-y, and then you will have a banger song every single time. And all you have to do is just repeat that process for every single video that you do. Now, this is just a way faster process than trying to just go through the genres in the music licensing platforms, trying to wing your way into a mood, because it really just comes down to luck finding a song that matches. Whereas if you use this method, you find the song that you like and you'll get a song that sounds similar to that you like, without having to use any creative energy, and save literally hours of time a week. So let's do a live workthrough proving that this works. So what we do first, we go to Instagram, we type in real estate tour, real estate, something like that, and you want to find a song that you like, or if you have a creator that you already know that you like, you can just go straight to their page. Let's see what we got.
This isn't just a remodel, it's a reintroduction.
Yeah, so this one's cool. Maybe this has got the right vibe that you want to use for your song. What you want to do now, type Shazam into your phone and tap recognize music. We go back to the song. It reckons it's found it. And so now that we've got the song, we go into MusicBed or whatever your music licensing platform is, type in the same song, show similar. And you can see it's generated a whole bunch of just songs that sound similar to the song that you want. Now, again, this is really quickly on the fly. This might not be the song that I'll ever use, but it's more just the fact that you go onto Instagram, you go onto YouTube, you find a song that you like, or find a video that you like, and the soundtrack you like, you find the song with Shazam, you come into MusicBed or you go into Artlist, whatever it is, generate you some songs, and you've got a whole bunch of songs that are exactly what you're actually looking for without having to actually go looking for them. Okay, hack number 4 is having separate timeline and sequences. Instead of having a sequence that looks like this, where everything's on the one timeline, the edit, all the B-roll, all the assets, it's all on one thing. Split it up into 2 sequences looking like this. So you have a main sequence, which has, well, it's the main edit with all the final clips being put into the video that are actually going to make the final cut. And then you have a second sequence, which has all of the B-roll nicely organized. Now, doing this hack is more of an organization and help you speed up your editing speed. And especially when you pair this hack up with the next hack, it is going to make your editing speed so much quicker, sifting through shots that you're going to actually use in the final edit. So hack number 5, it is cut and lift B-roll clips. So this is the method that you're probably using, where you go to the assembly panel to find all your B-roll clips. You kind of comb through each individual clip to find what clip you might want, and then the in and out of each clip to figure out what part of the clip is actually going to make the final edit. And then you drag them in one by one into the main sequence to put it all together and make a video. That is just such a painful and slow way to do it. Let me show you what the cut and lift method is instead. So the way you do this method is to come into your B-roll timeline where all your clips are, and you do the same thing. You comb through each clip that you've taken to figure out what clip you might want to use and what part of that clip you want to use. And once you've found that, you blade the in and out of the clip. You lift the clip up into row 2, and then you do that for the rest of the video. So all of your interior clips, all your exterior clips, and all your aerial clips, you do it all. And then what you can do is you can highlight all of these clips in the second row, copy and paste it into the main sequence timeline where you're actually going to put it all together. What this means is that you're really doing the process once instead of kind of going one by one in the assembly panel, combing through it, dragging once, going back and forth. What you want to do is focus on just finding the clips that you want to be using in the clip, find the best bits of that clip, lift them all up, paste them into the timeline, and then you're able to kind of figure out how you're going to put it all together. Now, if you've watched my previous editing masterclass video on how to actually edit a video, you'll see that you'll actually be able to take this one step further by actually knowing how your edit is going to structure. So in the climax part of the video, you might be starting with the kitchen. So you can so you know what kind of order you should be lifting the clips up in and placing them into the timeline. So again, it just makes the whole sifting and selection process so much faster. It'll take your editing time from literally 3 hours to fucking 1 hour. Hack number 6 is using the color curves and not the saturation wheel. Don't use this. What this does is when you scale this up, any color in the image is just going to crank that up, and it's often ruins the image and it gives you no control of how the colors are actually going to look in the image. So you want to do this instead. Use the curves tool. Now this is obviously Premiere Pro, but I know that Final Cut has a similar solution and DaVinci Resolve, they have a solution as well. What the curves panel looks like is something like this. And why you should use the curves panel, even though it looks a little bit more complicated versus just the saturation wheel, is you're able to specify exactly what color you want to mess with in the image. So maybe you want to add some orange or reduce the orange, but lift the greens, or maybe the sky's looking a little bit too blue. You can drop the blue without disturbing any of the other colors in the image. It is such an easy thing to learn and is such a good way to quickly improve and gain control of your color grading process. And again, it's a lot faster to get this result because you're able to just know, okay, I need the oranges to be changed, and change the oranges, as opposed to just fucking the entire image by just scrolling up the saturation wheel and just looking like everyone else's stuff. So that's it. With these 6 hacks that I've just run through, parametric equalizer and dynamics, adding the low pass filter, finding the perfect song every single time, having separate sequences, using the cut and lift method, and using the color curves, these are all tips that either just straight up improve your editing speed by a significant amount or make the quality of the video just so much better than your competition or even what you're doing last week. So the next step is to just take action. You've watched these 6 hacks. They all work. Trust me, I use them in my own business. In your next edit, try these out for yourself. If you don't have any footage, in my editing masterclass video, there is some footage that you can use from there to learn and try to apply these kind of stuff. Because honestly, if you can learn this stuff, you're going to be a much better editor at the end of the day than you were when you woke up, which kind of, as an editor, that's the goal. I won't waste any more of your time. I hope these 6 hacks will help or have helped your business. Let me know if these were valuable to you, and I'll see you next week.